iPadOS 16 is finally here. I think this is probably the closest we're going to get to having laptop level software on the iPad. For me, that's always been the biggest flaw of the iPad Pros, especially the M1. So now it's good to see with iPadOS 16 some necessary changes. My first favourite change has to be Stage Manager, and even see multiple overlapping windows in a single view. This is a massive upgrade for multitasking, as we're now able to see multiple windows in the same screen, rather than having to swap and change between multiple screens, making it super easy to do things like copy and paste. Enter Stage Manager view, head to Control Center, swipe down and click on this icon. If you don't see it, just head to the settings and add it to your Control Center. And now you can see the button is visible. With Stage Manager enabled, you have the ability to open up to 4 windows at the same time. This is a great feature because you can actually resize and reorganize the apps as you see fit. Using the 3 dots at the top of an application will allow you to quickly add a new window, minimize or enter full screen mode. Stage Manager View will really enhance your multitasking capabilities, as you can quickly copy an image from your Photos app straight into the Notes app without having to go through all the pesky different tasks. I've run a lot of kilometers this year. I'm hoping to hit 1,000, but I guess that's a story for another day. But again, it's a great feature to be able to drag and drop from one app to another. And bear in mind, this is not limited to Apple only apps. A majority of apps available that work with Stage View will have this feature already enabled. If you're planning to use Stage View, I would definitely recommend that you go to your settings, enter the display screen and change the display zoom to view more space. This will just allow you to view more on the screen and make things easier to look at. Not to sound ungrateful, but this is probably on the bottom of my Apple iPad Pro wishlist. Nonetheless, it's here. Apple have revamped the Weathers app with a lot more functionality. Features so you can see information like air quality, local forecast and even more by tapping the variety of forecast modules. There has also been some updates to some other Apple applications such as Mail. We now have the ability to undo send, we can schedule a send and also tag items for follow-up and even reminders. This almost feels like just catching up with a lot of the basic features of a lot of other applications like Outlook. But again, Apple has now done it their own way. They also made improvements to other applications like HomeKit, where we now have a new revamp. We're able to see video cameras, but unfortunately I have a Ring doorbell, so Amazon and Apple not being so friendly. Beyond the iPadOS specific features, we also have the iOS 16 upgrade, so things like being able to remove, edit and undo messages is also available on the iPad. However, unfortunately on the iPad Pros we don't have the ability to customize our wallpapers or add the wallpaper widget. But one thing we do have that was definitely top of my wish list is the ability to hand over FaceTime calls. Now with the press of a button we can go from one device to the other, simply pressing one button and transferring to the other device, and it's very seamless. So well done Apple for this one. And that has been my initial thoughts on the new iPadOS 16. So far I really do like it. I like the inclusion of Stage Manager. I think it's a necessity that should have been here a while back. But can it replace a laptop? I'm still not convinced. But again, once I do an in-depth review and go through this in a lot more details, we'll have a better understanding. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe and follow on all the socials. Peace.